Bright moments. Bright
Gradually
moments.
work your way in.
There's that southpaw jab in the left hand. I have no idea what I'm seeing right here, Teddy. The guy's not doing anything. He's just standing there with his opponent opposite him.
Oh, Joe, I would beg to differ. You do have an idea what you're seeing. You're seeing a guy right now that looks like he's spitting a bit.
Would you rather have a fighter who's feared or a fighter who's fearless?
I feel like I'm talking to Sonny from the Bronx Tale, but I think that I would rather have a guy that has fear, because he's going to be smart all the time. He's going to be a guy that's going to be aware of things that you need to be aware of. If he's so-called fearless, he's going to walk into all kinds of things that are not going to allow him to be a fighter.
That just missed. And the ref's not going to tolerate the headbutt there. He hands out the warning. Good looking counterpunch. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs.
Okay, listen. That's straight right. Throw the jab and then straight down the middle. Got that jab, right. Looking good, looking good. All right, keep your hands up, all right. I want you to pick his jab. Throws the jab, parry it away, and you'll catch him, okay? You got that? It's gonna happen. You're gonna catch him. Listen.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway.
Taking too many punches. Hands up. Keep working the body.
They're sending more than one at him now. The combo to the head. Good strong combo. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Lands the left after setting it up with a jab. Off the mark there. Oscar De La Hoya is very proud of his Mexican-American heritage. He comes from East LA, but yet there was always a struggle at certain stages of his career to align with that demographic, compared to how easily Fernando Vargas, a Southern California rival, had it with that audience.
I think he felt like, and he still feels that way, and to a certain extent that drives him on. He sort of had to earn their respect, and he didn't get their respect so much. He felt like an outsider who was trying to prove that he was Mexican, you know, and in a lot of ways people said, you know, he didn't fight Mexican enough. You know, he didn't look like a guy, you know, a Mexican warrior. You know, this was the golden boy, and he was always trying to prove that he was more than just that. And in some ways, that has been the fire that has been with him.
You see the accuracy now with that double jab up top. Oscar De La Hoya's commitment to being judicious and effective really worked out well there. The punch stats prove it.
Body more. You're looking good. Keep that up. Keep those. Search yourself.
And round number 3 is underway.
Keep the head moving.
He's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Threw the straight right hand, but didn't score with it. That shot unable to land. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Manny Pacquiao. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Very accurate work with the hook there after fine defense. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. To go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Manny Pacquiao. And he's able to land consecutive shots. Well done by Manny Pacquiao. Oh! Manny Pacquiao's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. Manny Pacquiao showing off a real boxing IQ in that last round. Just fighting smart. I mean, not just reckless aggression, but smart, accurate punching.
And talking about IQs, it's being led by that left jab, an educated left jab, a jab that talks a little bit, talks a couple languages. I mean, he's hooking off it, he's uppercutting off it, he's doubling up on it. Good job.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Showing you some defense there with the block. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a solid agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what to come back at him.
I remember watching the fight that night and thinking to myself, this is the most satisfying feeling Oscar De La Hoya has ever had, and that was when he TKO'd Fernando Vargas.
Well, it was for a lot of reasons. First of all, because a lot of people were saying straightforwardly that Vargas was more Mexican than De La Hoya was. You know, that they embraced Vargas, but De La Hoya was too pretty. He didn't fight the way maybe they thought a Mexican fighter should fight. And by knocking out one that was embraced by the Mexican fans, I think that was extra satisfying to show, hey, am I Mexican enough for you now? Am I fighter enough for you now? I think it was a combination of all those emotions.
It's got the look of a fight that's going to go the distance. But I'll tell you this, Teddy, it'll have lots of action right to the final bell.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling this is like a throwback fight, and these are the mentalities of these two fighters. If you told them it was a 20-round fight, like the old days, a 30-round fight, they would somehow find a way to go the distance.
Unable to land that shot. 10 seconds to go in the fourth. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this. I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
Left hook to the body, right hand, nicely done. Oscar De La Hoya's ability to properly throw and land his combinations has been stunning. Teddy, why is he so successful?
Because you just said it, he's putting them together. You know, 1 or 2 wouldn't land, but he's handcuffing the guy. And the first 2 punches, they set up the 3rd and 4th.
The golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya, in action. Of course, he struck gold back in the '92 Olympic Games.
And that's what got everybody's attention. Of course, his story, he was fighting for his mom who had passed away. He promised her that he would win a gold medal in the Olympics. And of course, that smile, the charisma just came right across. He did look like a golden boy, a guy that was made for the stage.
Pac-Man's getting caught with headshots. But Teddy, to me, this is pretty simple. Move your head.
Otherwise, the other guy will. And he's been moving his head for him all night.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Didn't get it done going to the body there. How about that exchange? It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
Manny Pacquiao's back in his corner after that last round comes to an end. A round that I think he won, and we haven't said that about previous rounds, but that one clearly I think he won.
Yeah, he made some adjustments. You know, his attitude is a little bit better. He's more aggressive. But, you know, you can be more aggressive and you can lose the rounds even bigger because now you're walking into more punches. He's making adjustments. He's starting to move his head a little bit. He's starting to pick up certain opportunities from counters. He's starting to look like a smarter fighter now.
Oh, and there you go. Oscar De La Hoya's clearly affected by that. Hey, I thought he was going to be knocked out just moments ago, but he has survived this.
Well, he has a granite chin.
Targets a counter overhand right. Well, maybe one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. Oscar De La Hoya's doing a great job. De La Hoya, you can see a cut now that's opened up near his eye. That's the worst possible place you want to deal with a cut. You know, he did a very nice job of finishing up that. He put the 3rd punch in there and landed the combination. Unable to score with the uppercut that time. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. Another jab comes in. De La Hoya's got a real acquired skill here, and that is the ability to pick your shots and land them.
So you hear the saying when people say, do you know what time it is? You have to know what time it is. He knows what time it is. He knows when to throw a certain punch.
Punches and bunches. It worked out well there with that combo.
Yeah, you know, the early punches set up the late punches.
Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. Oscar De La Hoya is now returning to his corner where they're going to have to deal with that cut.
Just go for the head. Knock him out, it's done. Listen, when he reaches in, let that right hand go, all right?
Here we go. Action to start the 7th round. Oscar De La Hoya's got to prove to everybody right now that he's in good shape. Remember, he was stunned in that last round.
But what he's got to prove to is the referee, first of all. The referee's taking a close look at him right now. So if he doesn't throw back and he doesn't have his legs under him, his night's going to be over.
Well, he did it again, so once again he gets a warning from the ref. Good-looking counterpunch. De La Hoya's not sticking to his style at all. He got away from what had gotten him in trouble. Remember, he was rocked early.
Yeah, it's like being in the Grand Prix. You know, you're in that race, and all of a sudden you pull into the pit and you say, you know what, I got to change my tires. You know, I'm just not getting traction out of here. You know, I almost went into a wall. Well, he's changing his tires, changing his plan.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Combo lands to the head. Well, you can see what he wanted to do there, but unable to land that body shot. That wasn't able to land. The twists and turns and the non-stop battle, it continues on as we've reached the 1 minute mark to go. You know, he did a very nice job of finishing up that. He put the third punch in there and landed the combination. How about that? 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 all landing. A barrage of punches now. Oscar De La Hoya's doing an extraordinary job of never giving his opponent the chance to get back in this fight. Just like we saw in that last round there, he's way up on your scorecard.
Yeah, I have way up, and more importantly, you touched on it. It's the kind of fight he wants. You know, it's in his element. It's sort of in his pool, so to speak, his waters. You know, it's an outside fight. It's a jabbing fight, everything he likes.
Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot. Wow, great action right from the start. Hey, I don't know that they can keep up this pace, but if they do, what a night we got ahead of us.
Yeah, we're getting tired just watching this early part.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Nice strike after catching one by Manny Pacquiao. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. Pac-Man's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. Parries the punch, comes back with the hook. You know, I wonder if he's taking his man lightly, because he is up on the scorecards, but you can see that he is being pressured and pushed.
You know, he's in there with a real solid guy. I don't think he's taking him lightly. It's just that he's in there in the kind of waters he's never been before, deep waters, and he's swimming harder than he's ever had to swim before.
A minute to go in what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride. That wasn't able to land. There's another left hand from him. Teddy, it's one of my favorite times of one of our fight broadcasts. When we make the declaration, he has to have a knockout to win.
And how's he going to do it? Well, I think he's got to be a photographer. He's got to be a guy that goes in the darkroom, really, Joe, and start looking at the negatives. During the night, a lot of pictures have been taken. He's got to go now and look back at those pictures and remember something, that he saw something. He saw a moment. He saw a spot where the guy dropped his hand. He pulled back, and he's got to go, and he's got to act on that moment.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Good-looking two-punch combination there. Good combination. Good block. Pacquiao's cut is right near his eye. That's the last place his corner's going to want to see any damage. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. A minute to go in what has been a memorable round. Great stuff from these two. Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it. Oh! Manny, he goes down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it. So Manny Pacquiao, he goes down, and now he rises up. And there's the bell. Can you believe that? He was saved by the bell. Teddy, you've been in a spot like this before as a trainer.
Right now, you know what? What do you spend time on? You want to spend time on telling him why he got in that spot, why he got hit. But first, you got to make sure he revives. You got to get him clear-minded. You got to get his senses back first.
That's gotta hurt. Manny Pacquiao stunned, and he is hurt. And for the second time tonight, he goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Pacquiao knocked down. He's rising to his feet to continue on.
He's a guy that always likes to go after you. We've talked about it before. He's TV friendly. Well, you're going to have to be able to take it if you're going to fight that way. Pacquiao getting a chance to show that right now.
Manny Pacquiao's in a real tough spot now. There's no doubt about it that the eye has worsened. That cut is really looking ugly right here. What does he have to think about right now? Is it time to just take the realization that, hey, this fight could end at any moment?
Yeah, well, there's two things to that. First of all, the cutman's done his job. He's put the coagulants in there. Now he has to give them time to work. He's got to be elusive. He can't get hit on it for a little while. But also, he has to find a way for offense to stem the tide, to keep the opponent from just walking right in.
Neither man slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. There it is! Manny Pacquiao. There he goes. He goes down from that headshot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's it. The fight is over. Oscar De La Hoya's got the win by way of knockout. He put his man down, and the 10 count was administered.